Namaskar to everyone. Very good morning, good evening to wherever you are joining us from. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful 7-day workshop on holistic abundance, which is thriving on all levels. So we have learned a lot yesterday, isn't it? We have learned the real meaning of abundance. That energy flows from above, not from below. If I had to change the topic to say how to attract money, there would have been thousands of people here. If I said how to attract relationships, there would be thousands of people here. If I said how to attract power or anything else, there would be thousands of people. But we are not talking about that. We are not talking about temporary abundance. We are not talking just about this lifetime. We are talking about holistic abundance, which will spread throughout your lifetimes. Your soul will be rich. And we are talking about soul's richness. So that is what holistic abundance is all about, my dear friends. I would like to ask everyone to get your notepads, your pens and everything to settle down and start doing this. And I really hope, as Manusha said, you have done your homework, you have worked on yourself, and you really have gone through yourself, analyzed yourself, studied yourself, assessed yourself as to where you are, what you are doing, who you are, which level are you at right now, and what you have to do. So I'm sure, and I hope that you have worked on yourself with the homework that we have given yesterday. And in such a way, that is how, we develop ourselves. So, my dear friends, going ahead with today's program, and we have very, very exciting subject to learn about. So, without any further delay, I'd like to start presentation. So, my dear friends, as we have already said, this particular subject has been excerpted from a book called Spring of Prosperity, written by Torkham Seretarian. If you do not know Torkham Seretarian, please go to tsgfoundation.org to find out all about him. He is a greatest master, grandmaster, who has written over and above 160 to 170 books. And you have to read all his books to get a hunch about what he is all about. So he's a great master, and this is what he has given to all of us. So as we have already understood, there are three kinds of richness: collectors, doers, and beers. So we have analyzed as to what we are right now and where we need to be. So he emphasizes, Torkham Seretarian emphasizes more on beingness rather than having or doing. So this is what we need to focus on being. Not just Torkham Seretarian, any great master focuses on the word called being rather than having or doing. If you're just being yourself, the having and doing is very effortless. You don't have to, really strive hard to have or to do something. Even Patriji was just being that person, being that amazing person that he is, that enlightenment, that friendship. He just is. That's it. He doesn't do something. He just doesn't have something. He just is. So that is what we need to achieve, that beingness part of it. Any great master, if you have seen, if you have experienced, if you have known, they are in beingness. And that is what we need to strive towards. So we have learned how to increase our prosperity, and we have, learned 3 points from here yesterday. The first one was meditation, affirmation, and visualization. The second point is sacrificial service, and third point is joy and ecstasy. So, as we all know, that meditation puts us, in that essence, puts us in our true essence. And that is where the actual energy flows, and that is where all our blocks are removed, and moves us towards abundance, holistic abundance. See, when we try to attract money or power or anything other than that, so we are just limited to that, and we do not go for the eternity part of it. Fine. We get money, we get relationships, we get everything that we ever wanted fulfilled. We work on that, very good. Okay, we die, and nothing comes with us. And we take another incarnation again. Then we have to again start from scratch. We need to again have someone tell us to attract the money, to attract relationships, to attract your career. You have to again start from scratch. And again, that's again for limited for that life. Why do we have to repeat this cycle in every life? Why can't we, be abundant? Why can't we die abundant? Why can't we be born abundant? So that is what meditation does to us. And it really, it says that meditation is a transmutation process into our true self. That is where we need to tap into our true selves. And let me tell you, my dear friends, there are no shortcuts to, get into your true self. You have to work hard. You have to do your inner labor. You have to, climb that mountain of your inner self and then get to the summit. And that is when you will be introduced to your true self. And we have learned about affirmations and how they help us. So in affirmation, one exercises his divine rights to create and bring the vision into manifestation. And we have discussed what is manifestation. Manifestation is nothing but the result of what you do, the result of what you put your efforts into. When it happens, when what you want happens, that is called as manifestation. It's the result of your efforts on all levels. You put in your efforts on all levels, and that is when it happens, it is called manifestation. As simple as that. So, we have done affirmations yesterday, and I would like to start you with telling it loud and clear again, saying, I am abundant. I am beautiful. I am joyful. I am rich. Inside and outside. How does that feel? I am rich. My soul is rich. So that is the power of affirmation. Say this out and loud and clear to yourself. So that is how we attract. And when it happens, that is what is manifestation. Yes, it might be. And then the power of visualization. Do not ever underestimate the power of visualization. This is an exercise. This is not meditation. This is an exercise. So visualization is an exercise where it's a process to build a path towards the future. And it is the act of visualization that the future is translated into the terms of the present need. And I'm sure whoever has read the book called The Secret will know what visualization is. You are already rich. Experience yourself as already being rich. In every level, on every level. That is what visualization is all about. And then we discuss the second technique, which is called as sacrificial service. Nature exchanges everything. It doesn't give or take. It's given to you, but you have to give something in return, isn't it? You have to sacrifice something in return. And what is it? Through doing sacrificial service. So our sacrificial service is the best way to exchange abundance with nature. So what you do, what you speak, what you think, what does it have to carry? The fire of beauty, goodness, and truth. Everything that you do, speak, and think should be beautiful, should be good, and should be truthful. And that is when you will enter the fire of sacrificial service. Easier said than done, isn't it? So how we practice it is something that we all need to work upon ourselves. And the third one, as we have already discussed yesterday, is called joy and ecstasy. And it puts us in contact with abundance. See, when we believe that we are rich, are we ever depressed? Are we ever low? Or are we ever in a sad state? No. We are always joyful. So if, Manusha gives me what I need, even then I'm joyful. If Manusha doesn't give me what I need, then also I'm joyful. How would that be? If I'm getting what I want, is that the only way that I'm going to be joyful? If I'm not getting what I want, that doesn't steal my joy away, isn't it? How beautiful would that situation be where your inner state is unaffected by external circumstances? Your joy doesn't depend on external circumstances. How beautiful would that be? So, and joy, as we have already understood, it uplifts your understanding. You really understand what's going on inside you and what is happening as a reflection of yourself outside of you. We all read and, this saying that, whatever is happening outside is a reflection of what is happening inside you. But do we really practice? Do we really practice it? Do we really understand it? And do we really accept it? No, we do not. We complain. We blame. We crib. We cry. We have pain. We are in pain. We are in suffering because, we know, but it's not in my, I didn't chew it. I didn't taste it. I didn't gulp it. I didn't make it my flesh and blood and bones. So I'm not living it. Truth has to be lived, not known. The first step is to know some truth. But then, knowing the truth is not enough. You have to live it. And that is when you will be free. That is when you will be absolutely free. Live the truth, my dear friends. Live your truth. And joy creates the needed resonance in your auras to attract abundance in nature. And that is what joy is all about. And what is ecstasy? Ecstasy is a moment of total contact with the joy of those forces which transmit life, vision, and beauty. How beautiful would that be if our life is transmitted in that way? The vision, the beauty. Just imagine yourself, just close your eyes and imagine yourself to be that vision that you already wanted to be. How ecstatic would be? What kind of a state would that be? Just imagine yourself to be a bowl of beauty, or a ball of energy of beauty. Imagine that. And what all can you attract if you become beautiful, if you become joyful? Universe will be with you if you become beautiful, if you become joyful, if you become rich in your inner self. The masters will support you. The universe will be with you. What more do we want? Money flows effortless. Everything flows effortlessly if we become rich from inside. And what we do has a higher purpose. Everything that we do has a higher purpose. And the universe always supports higher purpose. If I have to say that, okay, I become rich in my inside, I want money. When I become rich inside, that means that I become selfless. If I do not become rich inside, that means I am selfish. So then, if I am rich inside or not depends on selflessness and selfishness. If I get the money, if I'm not being rich inside, I am being selfish and I use that money for my selfish purposes, for my separatistic purpose. That's very short-lived, isn't it? But when you really receive the money, when you are internally rich, when you're selfless, you will use that money for human welfare, for the world welfare. And that is what is a higher purpose. And if you are working for the higher purpose, everything flows beautifully. So, yeah, and in ecstasy, man burns out all the accumulations in his aura which hinder his expansion and contact with the essence of beauty. You will be burning all your obstacles, all your cleavages. Have you worked on your cleavages? Did you find out what your cleavages are? As we have discussed yesterday, your cleavages are your hatred, jealousy, revenge, separatism, fear, doubts. We have talked about doubts yesterday, isn't it? I say I am rich, and your mind tells you, I'm an idiot. How can you be rich? You don't have a single paisa in your pocket. So that is what doubts are all about. So this is the third step, third technique, as we say, to bring prosperity in our lives. And let us continue with the rest of the class for today. The fourth point is actualization of virtues, my dear friends. Actualization of virtues is a daily effort to live by the standard contacted in your meditation and joy. That is so beautiful. When you sit in meditation, oh my God, that is beautiful. That is so beautiful. You are in contact with the masters, the Buddha comes, the Jesus comes, the Krishna comes, so many other masters come to you. What kind of a state are you in? What do you promise to yourself? What kind of a consciousness that you carry during your meditation? And that is what you need to actualize even when you come out of meditation. That is called as actualization of virtue. So it is very easy to be holy and beautiful in your meditation. That is very easy because nobody knows about it. You're doing it in your meditation. You're being in oneness. You're being one with the universe. And it is so beautiful. But what happens once you open your eyes? Does it all go poof? Or does it stay like that? Are you still in your soul consciousness? Are you still in that meditative consciousness? Are you? Because it needs hard work and determination to be holy and beautiful in the jungles of daily duties and responsibilities. The real challenge is when you open your eyes. What are you when you open your eyes? When you're into your daily chores and responsibilities, what are you then? That is your real test. See, meditation is your studying. Meditation is your, let's say, your school. And your exam is in the reality, physical reality. You prepare in your meditation. You prepare yourself in your meditation. And you apply it in your life, in your practical life. How do you pass or fail in that is the real challenge, is the real test. I may experience calmness, joy or beautiful or, silence or something like that in blissful state in meditation. When we come out of meditation, we start being irritated. We start being affected by each and every small thing. Is a jungle out there. So how do you keep your calm even in that jungle? How do you bring the gifts of meditation to your practical life? That is the challenge. And what are virtues? Virtues are patience, tolerance, generosity, gratitude, beauty, love, freedom, righteousness, goodness, truth. These are all virtues, my dear friends. And that is what we need to actualize in our lives after we open our eyes as well. We cultivate virtues in our meditation. We need to actualize it after we open our eyes. How do I know that Sonalita madam can cook very well? How? She may say that, oh, I am a very, very great cook. How do I know that she's a great cook? Unless she cooks something and I taste it, then only I will know that she's a great cook, isn't? So what you cultivate in meditation, you need to actualize it in your real life. That is what meditation is all about. That is what meditation does to you. And unless we actualize these virtues, they cannot be operative in the higher realms. And what does it need? Actualization of virtues needs watchfulness, concentration, and patience. Not watchfulness or concentration on others, but watchfulness and concentration on yourself. You observe yourself. You watch yourself. How are you talking, thinking, doing things? So, unless we actualize the virtues, my dear friends, they cannot be operative in higher realms. And actualization of virtues brings those energies into our life, which are absolutely necessary to create and enjoy abundance. This is a challenge for all of us, my dear friends, for every one of us. Actualization of virtues. Please underline this, saying that which are absolutely necessary to create and enjoy abundance. What is actually necessary? What is absolutely necessary? Actualization of virtues, my dear friends. What we experience in meditation, are we actualizing it in our life? That is the challenge. When we do meditation, we feel love. That love energy, the light energy flows through us. And what do we do out of meditation? We need to spread that love and light to everyone, irrespective of whether you like them or not. Irrespective of whether you know them or not. You're irrespective of anything. Love and light is the quality of a sun, and you need to be the sun. Irrespective of who that is, you need to shine on everyone. That is what is actualization of virtue is all about. And it's not easy. I'm not saying it is easy, but you want abundance, isn't it? And then we come to the fifth point, sharing. Oh my goodness, I do not share my French fries with everyone. How can I share anything else with anyone? Sharing is the ability to make energy circulate and bring life and beauty to all those forward contacts. Any flow, current, or circulation that is hindered or blocked creates short circuits, congestion, and destruction. And the energy must flow, circulate, and purify all impediments. See, sharing starts when we are children, when we are kids. Just remember your childhood and your mother packs your dabba, your tiffin box, to carry with you to your school. And she says, my dear child, I have made this especially for you. Do not share this with anybody. This is only for you. It starts from there. And do you do the same thing with your child? Sharing, my dear. It's a beautiful thing to do. Sharing. So it is as we have already read over here, this to make the energy circulate and bring life and beauty to all those human contacts. Just imagine the joy you will bring to yourself and to others by sharing things. I'm sharing this wisdom. I'm feeling very, very joyful right now by sharing this wisdom that I have learned with you. And any flow, any current or circulation that is hindered or blocked creates short circuits, congestion, and destruction. So I'm sure that we do not want to create any short circuits or blocks or destruction or congestion in our being. Sharing lets the energy flow, circulate, and purify all impediments. And sharing is a good way to get rid of all your blocking, selfish, and greedy elements. And these elements crystallize in your nature and prepare your future failures. And if at the right time, they are not dissolved by the fire of sharing. Okay, I'm attracting a lot of money. I got the money. What are you going to do with it? You're not going to share with anyone. You're not going to share the joy of having something with anyone. It is going to be taken away from you today or tomorrow. Because you're blocking it. You're hindering it to be shared with everyone. Everything that you are, everything that you have has to be shared with everything. You keep something by yourself. That's not a problem. I'm not saying that you give away everything that you have. But everything is meant to be shared. You spend yourself in the world welfare, and welfare of humanity, for animals, for Mother Earth. So that will save you from future failures, my dear friends. Because if you do not share, that means you're blocking yourself. That means you're very greedy. You're very selfish. That you want to keep everything with you. I do not want to share. It's a very difficult thing to do. Nothing is easy, my dear friends. Nothing in life is easy, isn't it? So in olden days, the guides of the race advised us to perform sacrificial acts and share our resources with the invisible reality. And this we learn from the ancient Vedas and the Upanishads as well. Isn't it? See, when we go to Kashi, what do? We immerse ourselves in the great river of Ganga, and we say, I sacrifice this to you. Please do what I need. I am going to sacrifice my favorite Rasgulla. I'm never going to have Rasgulla in my life. But please do something for me. So you need to sacrifice something to get something, which we have learned from our childhood. It is ingrained in us. So we share our resources with the invisible reality. And sacrificial acts were ways to share one's abundance with nature and with all visible and invisible beings, my dear friends. That is what you're sharing all about. You sacrifice something, you get something, and that is what you need to share with everyone. With yourself, with everyone around you, and with the invisible masters as well, with visible and invisible beings. And what does sharing do? Sharing loosens and cleanses all crystallizations on the path of the divine flow of abundance. Learn to share, my dear. Learn to share. Start sharing. Share your heart with everyone. Share yourself with everyone. Share. Is that so difficult? For some people it is, but it is inevitable. I say this in every class or session that I say that do not postpone. There is no urgency, but do not postpone. So sacrificial acts and sharing goes together. I hope everyone has understood the importance of sharing and in the importance of sacrificing something to get some. Learn to share, my dear friends. And let's come to the sixth point, which is the technique of expansion of the field of our knowledge. Right now, you're knowing something new. You're expanding your knowledge right now. So knowledge is awareness of the laws of the economy of nature. Economy of nature, my dear friends. And as we increase our knowledge, we fuse with the divine mind to a greater degree. Knowledge is all about your mind, my dear friends. Your mind. You are expanding the consciousness of your mind. And we begin to function within the causal side of nature more than with the phenomenal part of nature. Cause. And knowledge enables us to cooperate with the laws of nature and be a better part of nature. Are you a better part of nature? Are you contributing something to the nature? How are you doing? It is very important that knowledge of nature not be used to destroy nature. I want to build a building. And so I cut off all the trees. You know something, but you should not work against your own better knowing, isn't it? And that Patriji said that is a sin. Do not do anything which is against your better knowing, but against your better knowledge. And the knowledge that is used to pollute and poison nature is the way only to make the life of the planet end itself with all the luxuries that such a knowledge gives us. And there's a saying which says, if you take care of your plants, you will have good fruits. How are you taking care of nature? Your inner nature, human nature, and the Mother Earth itself. How are you contributing towards it? Are you polluting or are you cleaning it? Are you adding to that pollution? Or you're saying, I'm done with the pollution and now I need to purify myself. And how you are accumulating that knowledge so that you can purify yourself. You can contribute to the betterment of nature. How? What does your knowledge say? And do you really go along with your knowledge or against your knowledge, against your better knowledge? I know that pollution is bad, but are we polluting it? I know that selfishness is not good, but am I being selfish? You know, but what are you doing with that knowledge? We know a lot of things, but what are we doing with that knowledge? Are we doing the exact opposite or are we going according to that knowledge? And the knowledge of nature must be used not to increase luxury, but to make people more beautiful, healthy, intelligent, and free. And divine abundance cannot be used to exploit people or allowed to be wasted on our animal pleasures and vices. What are these animal pleasures and vices? They are on lower frequency behavior, lower frequency doings, lower frequency thoughts and speech, lower frequency. If you're in the lower frequency, how can you attract the divine abundance? And even if you get the divine abundance, you cannot use it to exploit people to your own advantage, for your own, to seek out your own selfishness, isn't it? Today's exercise, my dear friends, I would like to ask you to please see how you attract your divine abundance And are you doing it to exploit other people and you're wasting it on your animal pleasures and vices? Yes or no? Is your knowledge, are you using your knowledge to make other people beautiful, healthy, intelligent, and free or not? That is the exercise number 1 for today. And divine abundance is there to make us prosperous, my dear friends. And what is being prosperous? To be prosperous means to be free, beautiful, healthy, full of joy, and free from wants. I want this, I want that. Free from want, my dear friends. Everything is provided to you by the universe. We all know that you will get what you require, not what you want, but still we keep on wanting things. You become abundant from inside. Everything will be sent to you. What you require, not what you want. Wanting is all about physical body and emotional body, my dear friends. You want this, you want that. You're still the slaves of your physical and emotional natures. And we all want to strive to go beyond that, isn't it, my dear? So that's your first exercise for today. And we come to the last point of the techniques of how to become prosperous. The 7th point is perseverance. And nothing great can be accomplished in the universe without perseverance. What is perseverance? Perseverance is focus, concentration, tension, in continuity to break through all limitations. You are steady in your striving, you're steady in your work, you're steady in your inner work, inner labor. You persevere through it. You never give up, you never give in on your work. When you hear the word tension, it is a negative talk, isn't it? You get tense, you get stressed. That is not the tension that we are talking about. Tension is where something moves inside you through because of your inner labor. A tension happens. A movement happens. When you do inner labor, that is vertical movement. We need to always focus on vertical movement rather than horizontal movement. Grow vertically, not horizontally, my dear friends. And perseverance is the sign that spirit is taking over matter. Is spirit taking on matter or matter is taking over spirit right now? And perseverance is the sign that the snow of the obstacles is being melted away by the influence of the divine spark in man. When you persevere, all the obstacles will just melt away and will bring you clarity and more. The path will become easier because you are clearing all the blocks from inside yourself. And perseverance is a sign that man is sublimating his vehicles to enable them to absorb the spiritual fire and transmit it safely. What is your spiritual fire? Do we even have a fire in us? Did we light the fire in us? We say that we are spiritual, but really are we? Or are we doing something to get something material out of it? Are we in spirituality to achieve spiritual heights? Or are we in spirituality to achieve materialistic things? Where is the confusion? Are we materialistic or spiritual? Second exercise. Are you materialistic or spiritual? What are you striving for? What do you want to achieve? What is your vision? What is your goal? That is the second exercise. What do you want to be? And are you trying to be that? Are you being that person? My dear friends. And it is through perseverance that the willpower is eventually brought into action and the bodies of the vehicles of the spirit of man are trained, disciplined, and transformed. And it is through perseverance that the flow of impressions from higher realms is continuous. Your perseverance makes sure that everything that is flowing from the higher worlds is continuous. There is no interruption in that. You keep working, it keeps coming. You keep working, it keeps coming. You stop working, it won't come at all. So it has to be, we have to persevere through it all. And it is through your perseverance that the guides of light recognize you and accept you as a co-worker. What are you working towards? Are you working for yourself? Are you working for human welfare? What are you working for? Who are you co-worker of? Are you a co-worker of the divine? Or are you a co-worker in something else? Who are you working with? Who are you working against? Be very, very mindful of what you're working towards. Where are your words, actions, thoughts leading you? What are you working towards? Is what we need to understand. And perseverance makes the abundance of the universe flow through you. And one of the greatest laws about which so little is the law of continuity. Law of continuity, my dear friends. You never give up. You never give in. And perseverance is an effort to cooperate with the law of continuity. So then, today's second topic. We have 3 topics today. This is the second topic. And the second topic is how to have abundance. We want to have abundance and prosperity. 3 conditions must exist. First is the need. Well, there is the love. Then is the magnetic power. 3 things: need, love, and magnetic power. These are the 3 conditions you need. Conditions that must exist for prosperity to flow, for abundance. The first condition is the need, and nature provides for the need except if it is rejected in some way or another. And Christ referred to this when he said, do not worry or say, what will we eat or what will we drink or what will we be clothed with? For worldly people to seek after all these things. Your Father in heaven, which is God in this case, your Father in heaven knows that all of these things are also necessary for you. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things which shall be added to you. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. And as we grow, we display other needs, emotional, mental, and spiritual needs. And great tensions, great crises, and great questions create greater needs. I would like to ask you to please note this down, saying, great tensions, great crises, and great questions create greater needs. What are your needs right now? Write it down. What are your needs? Is it what will we eat, what will we drink, or what will we be clothed with? Or something more than that? What are your needs? What do you think you need? What do you need? Do you really know what you need? Or do you think that you know what you need? And nature in all its departments meets our needs. Teachers, spiritual warriors, and heroes are the answers to our needs. And saviors such as Buddha, Christ, and others are answers to our overall needs. Our needs can be various, and the answers are subtle and various. And impressions and thoughts come to you if you really need them. See, some people in meditation experience something. For some people, a Buddha comes, a Jesus comes, and you might wonder, why am I not being visited by Buddha or Krishna or Jesus? We compare ourselves constantly with others. It will come to you. Just be patient. Everything will happen in its own right time. When you're ready. You're not ready for something and you still expect some things to happen to you. It is not going to happen that way. And people wait you to help your need. And your soul extends its hand when you're really in need. And sometimes your need is answered by taking away things you have and by making you lose things to which you're attached. What are you attached to? Am I taking it away or not? For example, you can be attached to your ego. I can blast your ego. I can take it away. But you will hate me in that process. You will not like me in that process. If I hurt your ego, if I take away your ego, you will not like me. But that's okay. I can live with that. I'm doing a greater good by taking your ego away rather than you disliking me. I'm not here to please you. So what is that help that you really seeking or you're extending towards others? What are you attached to? Really, what are you attached to? Think about it. Think about it. Let me repeat the sentence. Sometimes your need is answered by taking away things you have and by making you those things to which you are attached. And your inner light often answers questions about which you never dreamed. Sometimes you answer your own questions in trying to answer the questions of others. Did it ever happen to you? Oh my God, I didn't even know that. How did it come out of me? Where did it come from? Sometimes the advice that you give to others is what actually you need to apply for yourself. Advices are not just for others to take. It is for yours to take as well. What you tell to others, you need to apply it first. And that is where all the knowledge comes from. You have solutions for everything. You have to apply it first to yourselves. If you are prescribing cruising to someone who has a headache, you should be able to take that cruising when you have a headache. Why are you taking some other medicine? Why are you not taking the medicine? The same medicine is applicable to you, to you as well. And your needs are fulfilled through your dreams, through your subjective context, and even a bird can remind you about a forgotten beauty. Did anything like this happen to you? Even a bird can remind you about a forgotten beauty, my dear friends. And if you are in greater need, greater help will come to you. If you need to guard a tree, you need one man. And if you need to guard a forest, you need 100 men. According to your real need, according to the word's need, things are given. You want to spread meditation? People will come and support you. If you want to do higher good, people will come to you. Resources will be given to you because you are doing a greater good. Things will be given. You might doubt, oh, how will I get the money to do some things? How will I get people to do this? That doubt is an obstacle. So please note this point, my dear friends. If you are in greater need, greater help will come to you. And you need to find yourself what that greater need is for yourself. And it is often true that in great moments, the answers to our needs are rejected by us. Or when the help comes, we misuse it, distort it, and kill it, or we fall into greed. Help will come, but what are we going to do with that help? That also matters. And greed is a state of consciousness in which you want more than you need. And often it is given to you, but you will not be able to contain it or use it with, but you crave it because of some sort of mysterious sickness, which is called a psychic hunger. Greed is a sickness, my dear friends. Are we sick or are we healthy? Greed is a sickness. We go forward trying to do some greater need, but we fall into the pit of greed. While going there, and we do not even know that we have fallen into the pit of greed until we really realize ourselves. And when we awaken, we will see that all in nature is under mutual care and everything takes care of everything. Everything wants to extend help to everything. In all nature, this is very, very natural. It is a law, and the law to meet the need. And if you mechanically or by violence draw more than you need, your greed expands and wants more. But the more you have, the closer you are to your destruction because you are violating the law of equilibrium. We should not let greed get the better of us. Wanting more is greed. Universe gives you what you require. Let's start becoming content with what we get. Let's be happy with what we get, because that is the only things that we require to do our job well, to go ahead with our greater needs. That's enough. And if you are a teacher, you are in greater need of wisdom and guidance. When you are teaching, at that moment, you confront new and unexpected needs of others. And if you yourself cannot meet them, the resources of the subjective world provide them for you. And real need always has its answer, unless the person builds obstacles against it, which is called as greed. And the second condition for having abundance and prosperity is love. Love is the inclusive awareness of the heart, my dear friends. Love is not an emotion. It is a quality or a virtue of the heart. Love is the inclusive awareness of the heart and the awareness of all that one must be used for the welfare of all, my dear friends. If it is limited to just your family or friends or the people you know, that is not love. You're not being the sun. It should be used for the welfare of all. And love builds the communication lines between you, the need, and the sources of universal abundance. And it is through these communication lines that each life unit reaches the need of other life units. As love increases, abundance flows in to meet the need. Is your love increasing or not? Or is it limited? Is your love limited? Here we need to also understand the law of economy that guides this transaction, my dear. Because nature does not waste. Nature does not find violators, because nature knows that those who take by force and for selfish reasons will have to pay it back with heavy interest and with pain and with suffering. If you're just taking and not giving, then you will know what your future holds for you. You will know what your future holds with you. And such people will be retarded in their life's journey until they learn to live in harmony with love. And what is the meaning of retarded here? You will be stagnant, you will be stuck, you will be crystallized in our life's journey. So what are you fighting with, my dear friends? Are you using the law of economy? Are you using the law of love? Are you being with the law of compassion? And those are the communication lines between you, the need, and the sources of universal abundance, my dear. Love is a great virtue. And the third condition for prosperity is magnetic power. And magnetic power is created within your aura when you formulate a definite plan for the service of light, love, and beauty. And this plan will slowly build itself in your mental sphere and draw energy from those sources which seek to help bring beauty, light, and love to earth. Are you magnetic right now? What are you attracting within your being? Are you being the person who is going to do service for light, love, and beauty? Or what are you attracting? What are you being the magnet for? We all know the law of attraction, isn't it? And that is what here lies. It's the magnetic power. What are you attracting? What are you a magnet for? What is your magnetic power? And this plan will slowly build itself in your mental sphere and draw energy from those sources who seek to help bring beauty, light, and love to earth. Not just for your family members, not just for your friends, not just for you, the people you know, but to everyone on earth. Do you have that big of a heart to include everyone in your heart? And every plan that serves the manifestation of the beauty of subjective harmony attracts energy from those forces who are agents of creative activity in cosmos. And every plan that is in resonance with the highest good for humanity will draw energy from the souls of men. Example, Patriji. Patriji has great magnetic power. He has great love for everyone. He never discriminates anyone from anyone. He is full of light and love and beauty. Did we all come together with him for his vision to spread meditation and to spread vegetarianism? What kind of magnetic power that he had, so that he attracted all of us towards him to bring that greater beauty and vision to everybody, to mankind? What attracted us towards him? How did we become a part of his vision, his dream? What kind of magnetic power that he holds? Even when he is not in his physical body, we see others still doing it. Why? You are still attracted to that energy, to that magnetic power, to that vision of great and good. And it will go from life to life to life, every life, my dear friends. It is going to go forever. And that is the richness that we need to seek towards. That is what is true richness. And when souls cooperate with you in the subjective planes, very soon their personalities will find you and bring you the needed help to fulfill your project and actualize it. 25,000 plus pyramids are built through PSSM. How? Did one man alone do this? No. His vision, his beauty, his love for everyone attracted everything to him, and this manifested. What is your project, my dear? What is your project? And how are you going to become a magnetic power so that you attract people to help you with your project, with your vision? What is your project? What is your vision? Find out and work towards it. And that's when you will know the need, love, and magnetic power. And you must have a clear plan in your mind which is dedicated to the common good. And this plan will integrate with your personality vehicles and align you with your higher principles. And thus, you come together through planning. See, Patriji was not working. He didn't have an income. But still, so many things happening. So many things happened in the past. How? Money just flowed for the better good, for the better things, for the greater good, greater need. How did it happen? How do we have the Bangalore Pyramid Valley International? How did the money flow? How did things happen? How did things manifest? Because we are working for the common good. Thus, we come together through planning, my dear friends. We need to plan. We do financial planning, career planning, family planning. Every planning that we do, what is the planning that you are doing for common good? And togetherness is magnetism, my dear friends. And those who are in tune with their own soul are magnetic. And the magnetism of the soul attracts all those elements which make the human being prosperous. Togetherness is magnetism, my dear friends. Be together, be in unity with everyone. There are certain rules that we need to follow. Maybe you want to take a screenshot of this and you follow it. There are 14 rules that we need to follow to keep the prosperity in flow. It has to be with you. Prosperity has to be with you. No one wants to lose their prosperity, isn't it? If you do not want to lose your prosperity, you need to follow these 14 rules, my dear friends. And these 14 rules have been laid down by our great master, Tokum Saradanya. I can quickly take you through these rules. The first rule, keep your vessels pure. This means to keep your physical body clean inside and out, and to keep your emotions pure and joyful, to keep your mind positive and clean, and to think in terms of beauty, goodness, truth, and simplicity. All the three bodies, physical, emotional, mental bodies, have to be clean in order to have the prosperity in flow. The second rule is to increase the inflow of light, of love, of beauty, of money by raising your ability to meet greater needs, by deepening your love, and by increasing your magnetic field. And the third rule is to share your prosperity on all levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, and to those who give, will be given. To those who give will be given, my dear friends. That's the third rule. All right. And the fourth rule is do not make money from pornographic materials. Those who lower the morality of people prepare a generation of failures who weigh heavily on the shoulders of those who are safe. And increasing crime creates an atmosphere in which prosperity remains a dream. And the fifth rule, my dear friends, is do not make money selling hallucinogenic drugs or marijuana. And this is the very dishonest means to make money. And no one will enjoy money which is made by destroying people's minds, families, and futures. And prosperity will evaporate in a society which is composed of drug sellers and drug users. Sixth rule is do not make money from prostitution. In all ages, civilizations have disappeared because of the misuse of creative energy. And prostitution destroys the sense of responsibility. It destroys future generations, and prostitution leads people to related crimes and lowers the dignity of man and woman. So prostitution is in a door for infectious diseases, both physical and moral, my dear. So this is the sixth rule, my dear. And the seventh rule is do not sell alcohol and never advertise it or encourage people to use it. Millions of people are daily falling into the pit of alcoholism, destroying their own future, destroying their families and children, and eventually becoming burdens around the necks of other people. And prosperity cannot be developed by among those people who have no respect for their bodies and loved ones and who walk on the path of failure. Alcoholism. The eighth rule, do not encourage the use of tobacco and do not smoke or sell it. Smoking tobacco sometimes is considered a harmless pleasure. It is not harmless. It is an act of polluting yourself and others. Tobacco not only harms the mechanism of your body, but also lowers your striving towards perfection. And you cannot be prosperous by hurting people or hurting yourself. Listen. And what is prosperity? Prosperity is purity, health, energy, control, and mastery. Ninth rule, do not make money gambling. Gambled money always has two emanations attached to it. One is the emanation of the loser and the other is the emanation of the winner. And feelings of remorse, hatred, anger, depression, and attachment are emanated from the aura of the loser. And this emanation attaches itself to the money for a long time and it increases every time a new similar emanation is added to it. Everything has energy. Every object has energy. And the emanation of the winner is greed. Greed is like a bug which sucks your blood and poisons you. And this emanation attaches itself to the money which carries it wherever it goes. And when such money is in your pocket, your aura will have a hard time reconciling with it because it will continuously infect it. This also has an aspect of bribery, my dear friends. Bribing people, getting bribed, that is also not a good money. And once your aura is infected with such an emanation, it stays there for a long time and pollutes your nature. You do not need such money. It is cursed money. And cursed money cannot add to your prosperity. Please be mindful of these, my dear friends. And the 10th rule is do not make money by stealing, lying, bribery, or by any other dishonest means. For a while, karma tolerates you to make money by these means, but then it wipes away all that you gained plus all that you had before. And those who steal increase their debt. Those who lie destroy the bridge through which they must proceed on the path of their evolution. Those who steal increase their debt, and those who lie destroy the bridge through which they must proceed on the path of their evolution. Do we lie to get money? Do we lie? Do we steal? Stealing, lying, and bribery are three brothers who spread misfortune and eventually lead their boss into destruction. Are these three brothers lying inside you? Are these three brothers running you, functioning in you? And a person can only be really prosperous if his income is based upon his true self-image, dedication, and service. To get money, we do a lot of things. But what are we doing to sustain it? And the 11th rule, do not be greedy. When you are greedy, you are overtaxing your body, heart, and brain, and you are pressuring others. And this is a violation against your health. And to be greedy means to obey a post-hypnotic suggestion of greed. A greedy person is never satisfied with what he has. He works for things that he will never use and never thinks that he even has them. He is a psychological beggar and is impelled by fear and post-hypnotic suggestions. And a greedy person cannot enjoy what he has because greed keeps him always in worry, anger, and tension. And one cannot be prosperous in the company of greedy people. Greed leads into totalitarianism and darkens your vision for the future of your soul. Do we really want to get into greed when you know what is going to follow you in the future? The 12th rule is do not exploit people. Do not use your position, your intelligence, your knowledge, or your rank to misuse people. One cannot be prosperous in abundance if he hurts people for his selfish reasons. The universe runs on solid principles. Exploitation is a violation of these principles, and exploitation is injustice. It is a result of a lack of the sense of responsibility, my dear friends. With great power comes great responsibility, my dear friends. And we are not here to misuse it. Exploitation is greed, heartlessness, and the lack of respect for human dignity. And when people around you are exploited, very soon you will see inflation and real deflation. And exploitation eventually ends in revolution, destruction, and in various crimes. And justice never exploits people. And where there is no justice, there is no real prosperity. As simple as that. Because one cannot build a house on sand. And justice is the foundation of all the construction. Are you being just, my dear friends? The 13th rule, be economical. Economy is the right usage of your resources so that they bring blessings for others and yourself and increase your and others' creative potential. Law of economy, my dear friends, please follow it. And the last rule for today is use your money for the glory of the one who is the source of all that exists. Money is creative energy. It helps the creative forces of nature to bring us more beauty. It helps creative people to create more beauty. And it is only increasing beauty that man will have unending prosperity and abundance. When you observe these rules, which are the result of millennia of experience, you will find the way to prosperity. You may have less income than many others, but you enjoy it every bit of it and not lose it through sickness, accidents, or natural calamities. So this is what it is all about. Thus, abundance can be enjoyed only if one has a healthy body, a pure heart, open heart, positive emotions, a well-cultivated mind, right motives, right plan, honest living, generosity, and harmonious relationships. Please take a screenshot of this. You really need this. And one lives in abundance with a pure conscience. He eventually discovers a very important secret. And he realizes that nothing belongs to him. Everything belongs to everyone. You can have abundance, but how will you enjoy it? Only if you have all these things, my dear friends. This is the real treasure. This is the real deal. First, he will realize that he belongs to nobody. Second, he will realize that the source of abundance is within him. So these are the two things that we will realize at the end of this session. We are at the last slide of this presentation. So everything is given to us for the right distribution and usage. The first thing that we'll realize that we belong to nobody. And it is after such a realization that the fever of ownership or to own things will reveal itself with all its tragedy and comedy. Our life will become a tragedy and comedy story. If we think that we can own some things, We can never own things. We just come, use it and go. We never own anything, my dear friends. You don't own your house. You don't own your family. You don't own your children. You don't own your clothes. Nothing you own. Nothing is your own. You just coming, using it and going. Simple as that. And he will see that the only things he must have is the sense of responsibility and wisdom to have a righteous life, a life of beauty, goodness, and simplicity. And the second thing that we will realize is that the source of abundance is within us. Everything is within us. The higher treasures of life, love, light and beauty and simplicity and gratitude, honesty and nobility and solemnity and grandeur radiate out from the source within. And abundance is a result of our increasing light, wisdom, love, compassion, and our right need. What is your right need? Be a treasure, my dear friends, and a source of abundance for yourself and for the world. I have taken 6 minutes more.
That's absolutely okay, ma'am, because the session is so wonderful and we have so much of wisdom to take it in, right? So that's absolutely okay to exceed. And thank you so much for such amazing session and amazing wisdom. And there is so much, but we need to start identifying what is our need, what do we want, as you said. So first when you identify your needs, the greater is your need, the greater help and support we will get. And the life and abundance just flows in. We have seen the living example of Patriji. He has nothing, but his need was so great, and abundance of love, with the abundance of love and light, this entire wisdom, and we are all connected now. And thank you so much once again. And thank you, everyone. We can open up for question and answers. I say one question. Could you please repeat the virtues?
The virtues, oh my God. I have a big list of virtues which Stockholm has said to all of us. Beauty, goodness, righteousness, joy, freedom, gratitude, generosity, inclusiveness. What else do we have? We have service, patience, tolerance. We have sacrificial service. Everything. These are all virtues which we need to take in meditation and actualize it in our life. We need to live those virtues in our life. That is when we will really attract abundance. We really become the magnetic power to attract an abundance, because you have become a temple now. And everyone will come into the temple and give you that hundi. They will pay in their hundi. What is that? That is abundance. Lord Venkateshwara, Tirupati, is the richest God. Why? He's abundant. Why? So you just become that temple, that bowl of energy or the magnetic power that everyone, you become the greater need. You are that need. You're not a person anymore. You're not a personality anymore. You are that energy which carries everything to everyone. You become that magnetic power that everyone shares your vision. And as you already rightly said, we have been with the living example, Patriji.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have a question, hand raised from Usha ji.
Yes, please.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Haji. This is regarding your talk on sharing. When we are, passing through this phase of meditation, manifestation, we have, while cleansing our aura, we also have positive and negative feelings. When we say that we need to share, is it only the resources and positive feelings, or is it also the negative feelings which we can share? Won't it become gossip?
Sharing of virtues is what I was talking about, madam.
Okay.
When you have become patience, you need to share that patience with everyone. When you have become love, you will share that love with everyone. When you have that greater good, greater need with you, then you have to share it with everyone. You need to share joy. You need to share your freedom. You need to share your abundance. You need to share your inclusiveness with everyone. That is what is sharing all about.
I understand, but what do we do with those negative feelings while the cleansing is taking place?
You work on it. You make it positive. And then share it with everyone as to how you made your negative feelings to positive, and you share that knowledge with everyone. That is what is sharing all about.
And how do we make negative feelings positive?
By working on yourself, by bringing those what you feel or experience in your meditation. By when you get the cosmic energy, you feel that blissful, that joy and everything, and you turn that joy in your life, and you turn that meditation state as well as in your practical life also. That is where meditation happens. When you are in meditation, you feel joyful, and that takes over all your negative, feelings or your emotions. Feelings can never be negative because they come from the heart. Only your emotions can be negative.
So that feeling, when you are in meditation, positive feeling does not remain throughout the day. We all have felt that. So how do we, keep it that positive feeling or the feeling of abundance throughout the day?
That is what we need to work on. You please follow all the rules and the principles that have been laid down today. You follow them and you will turn it into joy. You will be joyful. Because that is what we need to work on, isn't it?
Okay. Right.
You need to carry that energy from your meditation to your life. And that is what you need to work on. I cannot tell you how you will work on because I really do not know about you, right? I can't even see you right now. So you need to work on yourself, how you come out of meditation, and then turn it into a reality of your life. How do you make yourself joyful and happy in every state that you are in right now?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha ma'am. I had the same question. How can we maintain the same state of bliss and the pure joy which is in meditation throughout the day? And I hope it is answered.
And that is what is in the class. How to make it, stay with you. How to sustain your abundance is already what I've told you in this class. How to sustain it.
Is by maintaining that purity, by maintaining all the virtues.
Yes, by not lying, by not exploiting people, by not lying, by not being greedy. All these things are out.
Thank you so much once again, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my dear friends.
Let abundance flow through all of us. Let us find our own path to work for abundance. We know ourselves much better than anybody else. So work on yourselves. See what obstacles are stopping you from being abundant. Follow the rules. Act according to law of karma or law of nature and law of compassion, and you will become abundant. You will become abundant. You start working on yourself. You don't ask how you start working on yourself. When you start working on yourself, you will know how to work on yourself. Just start it. That's all you have to do. Just start.
Thank you so much, ma'am. As you said, the final goal starts with the first step. If you are not taking that step, you'll never reach the final goal. And when we start working, the things start happening. We get support to reach the final goal. And thank you so much for this wonderful wisdom, for sharing the knowledge. And thank you all the participants for joining us today.